are listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
Goof On Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Goof On Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You are listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. It is Tuesday. All right. See? It's 2 for Tuesday. You got me twice, you see? Welcome to Goof On, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. It is Tuesday. All right. Oh, yeah. It is... What do we call this? The Bathrobe Show. It was requested and we're giving it to the people. That's right, everybody. Tonight we're going to talk about Nuremberg with a U. Nah. I spelled it right here, but spell check, when you type in that app, spell check doesn't exist. So I spelled it right. But then when I went to StreamYard and typed it in the title, spell check switched it to a U. So it looked U, and I was called a genius for my tactical error. Yeah, because, you know, I don't take responsibility for the mistake of a spell checking device that did something behind my neck, right in front of my face, in front of my nose, behind my eye. So we're going to do that tonight. We're going to talk about this thing. And how about these orbs? Huh? Can you get enough of the orbs? I tell you, orb is going to be a household word name. Now, you want to know why I was a little late coming in here? You had to wait for me? Yeah, we're having some technical issues. Looks like that's bypassed there and the computer did an update. I wasn't here for it. Had to sign in minutes before the show. Minutes. 3 minutes. It was a nightmare. But the real reason, and I'm going to blame it, I'm not taking responsibility for this one. Amy, star sister, star child, my ex-wife. If it wasn't for your cup being so tiny that when I put my, like, this must be like an 8-ounce cup. And it is. It's very small. So I always put it the one in the middle, 8, 12, or 16. And oh man, it was just pouring over. And then I went to pour it out and it gripped the cup and it went all on. It was burning me, got my watch. So thank you for the 8-ounce cup. Always go with 12, never go 8. I know you saved $3. But I have got a dirty cup. It's all wet. I got a stained wrist. A watch. I don't even know if it's working. Thank God. What happened 400 years ago? I would do anything to just have a peek at that day. You know what it probably was? Balloons. Not a good day today. Very strange day today. No, it was a good day. It was a great day. It's raining. And it's going to rain all day. Mañana, I'm going to be out in it, out. We're going to do some things. Going to record some things for... Well, I'm officially announcing it today. I'm making a documentary. For YouTube. For you. Not for the channel. For the world. Yeah. And it's going to be called Disclosure. The real Lou Elizondo. Oh, no, it's not. I'll do something like, Who's Rich? No, I'm not going to do that. I was thinking of calling it My Truth or Aguj All Over Earth. I don't know, we'll come up with some. If anybody has any ideas, and I'm talking really good ones, you can email them to goofonradio@gmail.com. There's nothing in it for you other than I'll put your name on it and say, you came up with the name of that. Where is it? So let's do a little bit of roll call, get this shindig on the road. Huh? Yeah, no sugar drinks. No, I don't drink those. Oh, wait. I think I have one brewing. I've got to go get it. Hold on, after we do roll call. Let's do. Hey, Jeanette, thank you for the $5, 5 pound, 5 quid super dono. That's a triple heart super dono. It doesn't get any stronger than that kind of love. For Goof On. For the greater good. Truthology for ufology, folks. Right here, Jeanette Angel throwing it down. You too can help support Truthology for ufology. Right here at Goof On. With the super chat, super sticker, PayPal, Cash App. All the links are in the show description. You know what to do. You're better than me at this. I don't even know what to do. What do you do? I don't know. But they do. See? Is that a... Sounded like it. Yeah. Wow. Welcome to the show, Jeanette. Everybody, welcome to the show. DB Property Maintenance, welcome to the show. There he is, Mike Johnson. How you doing, man? Larky Dairy, welcome to the show. Good to see you. Saw you in the chat earlier because 2 B's are better than 1. Not boobies, Bob Birkins. Everybody, welcome to the show. The boss of Goof On, the other B, the BOSS, Diane Boz. with one S. Metalhead. How do you do? How do you be? Welcome to the show. Intergalactic Angler. Welcome to the show. Moonlight. Welcome to the show. Samo. Goofonian Rockstar. Brooke is. How you doing there, huh? Welcome to the show. Alfie Joe Bob. Welcome to the show. SoCal Squatcha. Welcome to this show. Huh? Where is it? I don't. Oh, yeah, they have it right here. Okay, I see. All right. You hear that? Yeah. It's weird today what's going on here at the computers. Nathan from the Quantum Show. Nathan. Hey, man, how you doing? It was your birthday yesterday. Kelly Lewis. Welcome to the show. Nathan. Moody Mongol, everybody. Welcome to the show. That was the day your mother-in-law was birthed. Wow. Nathan, it was your birthday? Oh. Well, why didn't you say anything? Because now I got to do it now. Sing it for him. Come on, everybody. It's Nathan's birthday. Let's give him a Goof On song. Happy birthday to you. That's you old mofo.
Happy birthday to you.
We love you, big guy. Do we?
Happy birthday to you.
Nathan, you're the best, I think. Happy birthday to you. And maybe some more. You're going to have more.
From good friends and
we're your friends, right?
from old friends and
Whatever.
may good luck go
Who needs luck? You're an expert.
and
Happiness too. Something like that. Hey, welcome to Goof On. Happy birthday. I almost said happy birthday, Nissan. Happy birthday, Nathan. You can tell I'm getting old when I start switching words around completely different. Not Nathan. I said almost Nissan. How you doing, man? Happy birthday, brother, man. I try to do the roasting birthdays now. Now we roast on birthdays, in case you haven't noticed the last few. Thanks, Nathan. We love you, man. Can't believe you're 70. Fuck. You don't look it, though. I mean, you look like you're what? What does he look? He looks like he's 30, 35? Maybe. It's the hair. Nah, I'm messing with you, man. Happy birthday, brother. Nathan is a very good friend and has been around forever. I know you hate when I say that because who would want to admit that? I'm such an ass. Happy birthday, brother. That was fun. That was a good one. You guys sang along perfectly that time. I admit. It was good. Let's get the show started. Shall we? If I didn't say your name in the hellos, it doesn't mean I don't love you. It means we got a lot of show to do. And I'm starting to sweat. Turn on the fan. I think I'm going to lose an ounce a minute here wearing this thing. I'm going to have to take it off sometime. Well, no, I got a shirt on, of course. Sorry, Nathan. Huh? All right. Okay, so Uber Eats says, I deserve a free meal. Wait, no, that's not what we need to talk. Let me get rid of that. Lessons from the barren fig tree. No, that's not what I put in my thing. Hold on a second. Let me get rid of these things. There we go. Here it is. Corbell. And I heard the ding dong. Corbell. In a minute. I'm going to switch it up. No, I'm not switching it up. I'm not. All right. So, so have you seen the new post? I got to tell you, by Jeremy Corbell. I got to tell you, I've seen this before. I'm pulling it up. They're calling it the Kermit the Frog UFO. Yes, Carnundrum. Oh, Kermit the Frog here. And there it is. Apparently, this is a drone of some sort. Corbell's calling it a UAP. This was, now, I don't know how he put his name here and is claiming it's his when it's government, but he says this is a military filmed UAP that was fired upon by a UK fighter jet with a missile. Yes, a missile, not spit, not harsh language. Despite initially being reported by mainstream media as a quote-unquote hostile drone, this vehicle of unknown origin has been officially designated by the United States, UK, and allied intelligence agencies as a UAP. This designation is currently maintained. Can you believe this? Seriously, I don't know what to say. December 14th, 2021. It's a couple of years almost. This image was taken above Syria. Thermographic FLIR, forward-looking infrared. So here's the event description. Here's what happened. In a joint operation, a Royal Air Force Typhoon fighter jet engaged in an unidentified aerial vehicle using an advanced short-range air-to-air missile, which is ASRAAM, 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 as the guys like to say. Initial media reports labeled the, I know, nobody else would say that. Like, I know, I say the obvious, excuse me. Initial media reports labeled the unidentified as a hostile drone, quote unquote. However, internal intelligence products officially classify the aerial vehicle of unknown origin as a UAP and maintain this designation. The UAP was not recovered. That is super freaking funny. Tonight, we are going to talk about the weaponized show. Jeremy Corbell and George Knap. They get into this pretty deep, and it's interesting. Yeah, it's the way Corbell twists it. You'll have to hear it if you haven't already, but he makes it sound like these are aliens, like they're alien technology. And then in the same breath, he says, well, it's got to be one of our adversaries then if it's not alien. It's either one or the other. What it isn't. It wasn't mentioned that it was us, the U.S. See? It is us. I think we're being lied to in a way that we don't even understand, I don't think, what if it's possible? What if the U.S. is lying about how advanced China is over the U.S. when it comes to drone technology? Maybe we are far advanced because we just don't let it out of the bag. Could that be a possibility? It would have to be one possibility. You can't just throw the U.S. out and say it's our adversaries if it's not aliens. If it's not aliens, it's our adversaries. But one thing they never say, it can't be us. Makes me wonder. It's got to be us. Yeah, well, that's a great way to go about the narrative, I think. But how do you keep a lie secret? How do you keep a secret secret? It's very difficult. People love to rat on other people. It's just the nature of the beast. And anybody who knows any information that could, well, propel their career, be careful what you wish for. Those same people will use those tactics on you. That's why I'm upset with Burchett for going into the skiff when he said he wouldn't, because now he's one of them. See, can't trust him anymore. Additional details about this sighting report that they shot down this drone. For the past 15 years in CENTCOM has tracked unidentified aerial phenomenon. We got no actors claimed ownership of the UFO AP. All jamming directed at UAP were assessed unsuccessful due to observation of, you know why? See this here? You know why the radar jamming was deemed unsuccessful? Can you guess why? Why would you do that to your own? And then they said they shot it down, didn't recover it. Okay. Or they didn't shoot it down and it just flew home, or they did shoot it down, they recovered it, or it just landed. Well, on. There's nothing on me? I feel like there's something going on tonight in there. I don't know. I just don't trust anything that has to do with shooting down UFOs and talking about it. There's something screwy going on. So due to observation of other nations firing on the same or similar objects, it is deduced that they are not the operators of these vehicles of unknown origin. Because China and Russia said they were shooting at them. Oh, God, it can't be theirs. We were shooting at them too. Oh, go no. It can't be ours either. Come on. Nobody knows. I don't know. You don't know. They don't know. Nobody knows. That's the bottom line. That's what's fun about this, because that's the way it's supposed to go. You're not supposed to know. It's perfect. They've got it down, man. Due to abundance of sightings, some base defense operations centers, the BDOCs, no longer report UAP, making the tracking or characterization of these events difficult. Of course, primary qualifications for engaging an unidentified target are A, proximity to ground troops, B, if the target appears to have or is able to hold a payload. So Corbell also talked they would shoot at objects that got within a certain kilometer, certain range, and if they had payload, carrying a bomb perhaps, they would shoot it down before it got too close to the enemy or to us. So, pretty interesting stuff going on. Very interesting stuff going on. And if that's a UFO, it's a weird one. You know? Look. Here, take a look. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to pull it off. That's what she said. What? So, if this is a drone, so look at just this section. It looks like a disc, right? Payload. I don't know what this is up here. So, if it's a drone, you know, I don't see the blades or propulsion. It could be underneath in the shadows. Yeah, that's why it's so focused in. So you cannot tell what it is, where it's going. And this looks man-made to me. Man-made. But, I don't know. You got one eye over there, another eye over here. It does look like a freaking frog. Kermit the Frog balloon. It isn't. Why would it be there? And also, it appears to be going straight down, but this part here. I don't know what this is. Is this part of the background? Is it part of the craft? It looks like it's part of this object. Could this be the tether? Could this just be a freaking balloon after it's all said and done? If you showed this to me just this way, and if you never said the word UFO, I would say this is a balloon. I wouldn't think that's a UFO. If you just gave me this and said balloon or UFO, Rich, I would say it's a balloon. Why? Well, for these strange protrusions and payload, or whatever you want to call it, and these things on top look like, you know, Could be flowers, could be eyeballs, could be some sort of leaf, appendage, or it could be anything, guys. It could be anything. It could be a UFO disguised to look like something else. It could be a legitimate, unidentified aerial phenomena. Sure. Yeah. But, they make it difficult. Without us seeing video of it, I think is there video? Let's take a look. I think I have video somewhere. I don't? No, I think I do. There's video of it, isn't there? Here. Once again, this is from Aerotech Research. They posted this on X. Once again, Corbell and Knap are spreading propaganda by misidentifying objects and claiming UFO. There's a reason he posted the image so zoomed in. Too blurry. Too blurry the image to keep it from being easily explained. This is most likely a coaxial drone. Here are some examples. Oh, I did my job today. It is! That's right! Oh no! All right. So you know what the drone... All right, just take a look at this. This is it. All right, let's look at the drone from Corbell. Take a look, see? Giddy up. Just soak it in. 3, 2, good. Now watch a coaxial drone. In 3, 2, soak it in. Soak it in. That is it. All right. So I see how this part down here is slightly off to the side, not straight down, but you got, right? Here's this appendage. It is exactly what Corbell is calling a UFO. Exactly. You're welcome. You are welcome. Yeah. It just makes me so angry that Corbell keeps doing this. Why, guys? Why? Why does he keep doing it? Now look, here it is again. I mean, come on. That's it. And now you can tell, a little blurred out, you could even see a little blur from the blades. And here's another blur, something right here. It's very faint. Like, this is definitely what Corbell has captured. Or is telling us. Sorry, excuse me. This is it. Sorry. Not sorry. Yeah. Definitely not good research. If that's where Corbell left it. I don't think he left it there. I think he... Oh, wow. I just saw something that was cool. We have got to do an episode or a segment on unidentified submerged objects again. So Corbell here, he says, for understanding of this UAP case and how Knap and I obtained the information we are reporting, we're going to have to listen to what they said. They give a whole breakdown on this UAP swarm case off the coast of Japan. So there's a lot of stuff they go over, man. So much they talk about that you're like, there's no way. No, there's no way. I don't believe it. And then they'll say some things that I believe in, and I'm like, oh, they get it. And then they'll say something, I'm like, no, they don't get it. Very confusing, these guys.
Jeremy, where the hell have you been? I've been in the studio for weeks, and you never show up.
Right. Let's keep going with that, man. It has been hard. You have been traveling around the world, and
I got to take my robe off. I'll be right back.
Later. But man, it sounds like you've had some really fun adventures, only one of which I'm glad I was not there for. So
today, I thought we'd talk about UFO shootdowns, both current events and historical perspective, because, this is supposedly the age of transparency when the Pentagon and our government are telling us the truth these days. Right. Truth. I'm using air quotes around that. But there have been peaks and valleys of transparency over the years, and there have been peaks and valleys of truth over the years, mostly valleys. And I thought if we're on the subject of UFO shootdowns, we could fill our audience in on some current events, very recent events that were either not reported at all or were misreported, and then give it some historical perspective as well. I dug up this headline from 1952. You recall the Washington, D.C. UFO overflights, very dramatic instances, 2 weeks in a row, flying over the White House, over Congress, Capitol Hill. Jets were scrambled. The Air Force comes out with a statement saying, move along, nothing to see here, folks. This was a temperature inversion, nothing more. The fact was that there was a Pentagon memo, and it was a headline back in 1952, jets keeping 24-hour alert for, quote, saucers. The subtitle was, pilots ordered to down objects if they don't land. The order was shoot them down. You see UFOs, shoot them down if they won't land, which we don't know any that voluntarily landed. I know that in 1960, there was a front page story in the New York Times. UFOs are serious business. Again, the national policy for our Department of Defense was, if you encounter UFOs, intercept them, go after them, shoot them down if you have to. Now, we don't know what the policy is today, but we know that in February of this year, 3 objects were shot down.
All right, let's stop there. So, back, and I know this, you'll see through the shirt. Just enjoy it as a little fun thing for tonight. Back in the 50s, all this other, this time in history after World War II was very interesting times. And it's kind of almost similar to what we're going through today. Like we've almost got similar parallels to what happened decades ago. They had the space race, and we have the technology race right now. Pretty much, right? Whoever can get that quantum computer. There's a lot of races going on right now. But I think the race is still space in a way. But it's there's a few things looking for life. The race to find life elsewhere. So there's a lot of things going on that just isn't displayed that way in mainstream media. And shooting down UFOs, you would think, be newsworthy, and it was this year. But was it this year or last year? Whenever they shot down those 3, was it this year? Yeah, it was, right? That was just all a stunt. That had nothing to do with UFOs. That was just because a spy balloon got airborne, was ignored as it crossed over the country, mainly over our military installations, and nobody said anything or did anything. And then when people noticed on the ground, they're like, what the frig? Then they adjusted the sensors at NORAD for smaller objects, and all of a sudden we're shooting down these aliens are everywhere. No, it's not what happened. And these guys are gaslighting at every chance they can. Oh, what happened over Alaska? It must have been aliens. Nah, they shot it down. Nobody went and recovered it. You can't in those mountains. Sure, you can do anything nowadays. 2023. What do you think they said in 1905? Hey, it's 1905. What? Horses can't go that fast? No. You're limited to the technology that you're born in. If we can't get to that mountain safely, we're not going. Crosswinds, bad weather, who knows what else? Bigfoot, forget about it. I'm going to go looking for a tiny little UFO that could or could not be a balloon. So you're saying it's a balloon. It probably is. But I'm not saying that. Unbelievable. Propaganda. The propaganda machine is what happened this year. We saw it on full display. And yet, most everybody just said, all right, whatever, balloons, UFOs, just make sure it doesn't happen again. And it hasn't. Isn't that amazing? But Corbell mentioned last year, I think it was last year, that was it this year? They were shooting at UFOs. It was this year, right? Same February. Everything runs together. This is a weird year for me. I forget half of the year, really. All right, let me continue this, and then we'll end it for that part of the show and get into something else.
This morning, questions after more unidentified objects are discovered over U.S. and Canadian airspace, according to a senior administration official.
I don't think we need to hear all that again. We know. Let's see where they go. I'm looking for a specific conversation.
Didn't work. And we've heard about that more and more and more with these swarm events. These swarm events
Here we go.
have become so prevalent off of these destroyers and these craft that we're getting all these reports in. There's one I think we should highlight where there was absolutely attempts to down these UAP using these electromagnetic kind of.
All right. Just real quick, I have to mention it. How come it's always happening, over the ocean? It's out in the ocean, all this stuff. We never see it. And all we do is get reports from Corbell. We don't get anything from the government. We don't get any official statement from a general or admiral or captain of one of these boats. Oh, we had a swarm of unidentified objects. There were about 17 of them. We tried to shoot them. They were just too quick. So where were you in to the closest land? Were you miles out? Oh, yeah. We were 20 miles out. There's no way a drone could go that far. So we don't know what it was. Oh, so you're saying no, not even China has a drone that can go that far and that fast? Well, I can't actually answer for everything. There are a lot of secrets that are being hidden from us, but Intel tells us that nobody can go Mach 49 in a 2-foot drone. Mach what? It doesn't matter. We can't catch it, damn it. It's got to be aliens. It just has to be. It's got to be. All for one, and the rest. That's how Biden would say it. All for one, and the other thing, that guy. I love ufology. Did you catch it? Am I dead? They gave me one chance to never do that again. Ufology, no such thing. Unidentified, flying, the study of? That's what you say when you say ufology. It's ufology, the study of UFOs. Or you can now say upology. Huh? Hey, Marvelous Marvin. Howdy doody. Welcome to the woo. All right, let's see what else they're saying, then we'll get the helmet out of here.
Weaponry, and that's, we haven't talked about this publicly yet, but this is something that I hope we learn more about, and I'm sure people can find out more information about, so we're going to give them enough. 2021, late summer, off the coast of Japan is what I can say. A 300-mile radius of sea, no other ships, nothing around this vessel. It was the USS, you call it
Melus.
Melus. I'm going to be George Knap here for a second. You taught me this a long time ago. You take your papers.
That's it. That's
okay. That's right.
Top news tonight.
Yeah, the top news tonight is I'm going to go insane making the Lear film.
That's funny.
That's a newscaster move there.
Stack them on the table. Newscaster, got my notes. Okay. So 2021, this is late summer, USS Melus. They had this event series that occurred.
This is good.
Where there were UAP that, just like the ballets that you saw around these Navy warships, but they're way out there.
Ballets?
Nothing for 300 miles. And these UFOs are kind of like dancing. So it was really annoying. They tried to take them down using, I'll just say, these electromagnetic, techniques. Totally ineffective.
EMPs.
Again, this is like a recurring, theme. Is that they're immune. They seem immune to our electromagnetic warfare. So that's an
Okay. I got to pause it there. You know what's interesting? Doesn't he talk like he's just blanketing all UFOs, right? I know, but I don't know. We hear stories how we are responsible for a lot of these UFOs crashing because of our radar technology, right? The same stuff we use to monitor the weather. follow objects in space or even here in the atmosphere of Earth, right? Then we hear how EMPs, electromagnetic bursts or pulses, do nothing. And yet it's basically the same technology. You're throwing out the frequency, right? The pulse of that range of frequency of that object and that technology. Why does it take some UFOs down and not these? I don't know. Maybe because that, for me, I'm just going to say it here again, officially, I don't buy that bullshit story that our radar, some sort of radar, whatever it is we have in our technology can take down a UFO. I just don't buy it. I think that's a great excuse. It's a loophole that they use when they go and do a crash retrieval of something and they want to make it seem suspiciously advanced. You know, oh, they say, hey, oh, can't talk about that.
Interesting thing to begin with, but it happened for like 4 or 5 nights. And the thing that really hit me was that from all accounts, when you talk about the captain of the ship and everything, it was so frustrating at some point that they said, wave off, forget about it, stop even reacting to them, stop creating products and sending them up the chain of command. There's nothing we can do about this. I mean, we're not going to, drop an atom bomb over there. We're trying to figure out what they are. So this was happening for 4 or 5 nights. It was happening from about 1 a.m. till 5 a.m. or midnight to 4 a.m. It was about a 5-hour window.
Multiple objects,
5+, and with extreme maneuverability, right? So they'd say that it would be in one place and then boom, it was right over in the next. They're acting like what we always hear about UAP. The difference with this case, the thing that really perked my ears up, besides all the confirmations we got that this is a real event, is that I was told directly that we got off-ship confirmation of these unknown UAP units. Now, reading between the lines a little bit there, what we are most likely talking about is a relay of satellite information. Now, of course, we're not going to get that imagery and that data, but it exists. And the fact that that's not being properly reported, we have told people.
I don't know why people get up in arms over this. I can't believe it. They're going to hold information from us again? Yeah. I mean, I'm so surprised that they would actually hold the UFO video from the public. Yeah, we can't see that. Something doing this? That's different than this. Or even this. Or even this. That's a lot different. Can't show the public that. So I don't know why he gets so... I don't understand it. Why we can't see the UFO zipping around from left to right. It's beyond me, George. I don't get it. Well, you know how these guys are. They're going to tell us one thing and do another. I've been in this business for 4 decades plus. You can't tell me there's nothing I haven't heard, Jeremy. Huh? Nothing. All right, let's move up a little bit. I like what they say somewhere in the future here, but
to fight
we have to work up to it, okay?
It's because they don't have that, kinetic action
show's going
triangle.
fast.
They say opportunity, capability, and intent. But absolutely, you can use these electromagnetic things to try to.
Nah.
That I wanted to make sure that we brought up. But there's another big thing I want to talk about today. We do have a strange image we want to show people today. Let's talk about that. Should we jump into that?
Shall we?
So this is a conflict zone. This is the Middle East, right?
Yeah.
And we've had some.
Oh, that's right. We don't say war zone anymore, guys, because it's too racist. It's too white. Now you got to say conflict zones. Dun, dun, dun. Next up in the conflict zone, Jeremy, we've got reports of a blurry drone-looking object. I know Rich Giordano here has a photo that was underneath our show for the moment, but maybe he'll come back to that when we get to the evidence.
Other images that we released on Weaponized from conflict zones that are highly controversial, but we think are pretty solid.
Yeah.
This one is equally solid. And and the public was misled in what this thing was. There was reporting about that.
The public loophole. Blame it on the public, George. The public was wrong. All right, well, they only go off the information they were given. Let's see.
Yes. It was publicly reported all over the world, right?
Yeah, so there's a discrepancy, and that's what really hit me and you, I think, is this discrepancy. So in 2021, it was the 14th of December. It was reported across the media, from BBC to the Ministry of Defense throughout the UK and the world. It was reported that on the 14th of December, 2021, this is why I got my notes. I just want to make sure here. It was the 14th of December.
I'll come back to that.
Over Syria, that there was, in quotes, a hostile drone that was shot by the Royal Air Force. It was shot at, I will say, by the Royal Air Force. It was, what's the type?
What's a hostile drone? Ask one of the pilots. What is a hostile drone there, McMed? A hostile drone is a drone that does not respond. How didn't it respond? We said hello, it did not say hello back. Did you flash any lights? Yes, we shot lights at it, nothing back. It just zip around like from left to right. So how did it seem hostile? It didn't say anything. It didn't say hello. It didn't say goodbye. It just like looked at us and laughed. Now, why do I sound Hispanic all of a sudden? It's not an accent I'm good at. No, my friend. It took off, left, right, gone. Okay, so what was the hostile act? You're not listening, my friend. We said hello. It did not say hello back. Okay, so we fucking shot at it, all right? That's it.
Type of ship again?
It was a Typhoon. Royal Air Force Typhoon.
And it was a Typhoon. It's our fastest ship that couldn't even catch up to it, okay? Yuri Oriskov, the Russian pilot, couldn't even keep his eye on it. He said he never seen nothing like it. I don't know why I'm doing this.
Right, so that's the plane, a fighter plane. And I think the reason why it spread like immediately the next day through the press and for the next 4 or 5 days is because this was the first air-to-air firing from the Royal Air Force in 40 years.
Since the Falklands War, since the Falkland Islands War.
So it's
the Falkland Islands. Remember the Falkland Islands? Those bastards?
Big deal, right? You fire $20,000 missile. Allegedly, we took it down. That's a big deal. So across the world, you can look this up. You can look at the news reports.
Right. There's something else.
Don't know who operates these units. We don't know.
Got it.
Shot at them. We know that the Royal Air
All right,
Force
here we go.
Shot at it, presumably knocked it out of the sky, but nobody went and go to collect whatever records there might be. We know that the U.S. military saw 2 of these things at the same time. One of them that the Royal Air Force went after. The other one just zipped away and took off and disappeared.
Right. So this image, which we'll show, it's the one that was actually historically fired upon, which is called like a terrorist drone.
Yeah.
Really
Get to
weird
it.
Looking, whatever it is, but it's
Let's take a look at it.
Okay. So I was making a joke and saying it looks like Kermit the Frog, but it's we call it the Syria Dome UAP. And whatever this device is, there were 2 of them, right? And by the time the Royal Air Force got up and caught up with them, and they fired a ASRAAM missile, which is I think he uses heat-seeking. The other one,
Advanced Short-Range Air-to-Air Missile.
Advanced Short-Range Air-to-Air Missile. So what happens is by the time they catch up with this pair that were there under intelligent control, this other one just took off. It wasn't even in the vicinity. They did report that in the initial reports that there were 2 of them, but this is the one that was fired upon. Now, we don't know if it was hit. We don't know if it hit the ground. But again, I just want to drive home. This is the public's being told one thing. This is classified as a UAP within our government and within intelligence circles. So whatever it is, the public is not.
Yeah, look through those papers like you're looking at something. He's like trying to think of something to say. He's like, geez, so there was 2 of them. I don't know if you heard that. I said that. There were 2 of them there, and he's still looking through papers. Here it is. I got to take out the trash.
Well, I've seen a lot of
what's he looking for?
Drones, modern drones, military drones, private drones. I don't recall ever seeing a drone that looked like that. It looks like a much.
Of course you haven't, Smiley George.
Drones, private drones.
He's so happy.
recall ever seeing it.
Achoo, all over the drones. Because you didn't do any research. You see? Goofonians did all the research for us. Sad. You know, it is. How easy was it for you guys, even for me, to find out what those drones looked like? George is sitting there saying, never seen a drone never seen one like that, ever. Really? What else is he going to say? Yeah, as a matter of fact, I have seen a drone that looks like this UAP. We're so strongly for it being a UFO from another world, aliens and all that. Sure, yeah. There's a drone. As a matter of fact, Jeremy, there's a drone that looks exactly like this, but it isn't. I'm just saying, it looks just like it. Really, George? Do you have this? As a matter of fact, I do. If you look over your left shoulder, Jeremy, here's the drone itself. And it comes in, and Jeremy's like, looks nothing like it. That's how it goes down. George, it looks nothing like it. Come on. Who you playing with? Who you playing with, George? It looks nothing like it. Nothing. By the way, where is it? I thought I had it with the 3 drones. You mothers. Oh, yeah. Here we go. What's going on, man? It's that time. Look at this, what's going on over there in Mexico, Japan, and Iceland. It is time. It is time. Took a nap. Took a nap is such a clown. Corbell, too. All right, what's going on in the chat room? Stu Gerson! What have you been doing there? Yeah, I see you now, forever and ever, amen. All right, so we're done with Corbell. Good to see you, Stu. Scandrell, how you doing? Sky Allen, raging. YOY fools. Oh, it is time. I'm going to go into it a couple minutes early for Into Thin Air video. Look, whatever is going on 420 years ago, we'll say it's 420 just for the show, even though it's not. 420 years ago, and we're going to talk about that. Nuremberg, with an E. Germany, 1561? 1561, yeah. I originally, can you imagine? Originally, I put 1516 down because I'm dyslexic. Can you imagine? Oh, they would have had my head. Just like Galileo, who's the guy that went to jail? To prison because he said that the universe doesn't evolve around the earth. It revolves around the sun. Galileo? Giordano Bruno? I think it was Giordano Bruno. Anyway, he was a cool guy. Poor. Anyway, I can't, oh, here it is. I wanted to show you one last time. There it is. That's the drone technology Corbell was saying. Nope. It's not this. It can't be this. Does it? Does it look like it? Here you have a leg. This could be one of the legs. Maybe the other ones, I don't know. Maybe just can't see it for whatever reason. We need the backed out version. And now here's the main component of the drone. So let's take a look at what they look like. See? Looks pretty darn close. Oh, look at that. There's one leg there. Yeah, you see, these are off to the side, so you really would only see one in the picture. Maybe, I don't know. Angles do matter. Details do matter. Yeah, that's a shame. It looks very, very similar. Very similar. Yeah. All right, well. Always up for debate. Always. That's what Corbell does. They put up stuff that has already been proven not to be a UFO. Is he going to backtrack on this thing, do you think? Do you think he'll ever backtrack on 29 Palms and say, you know, after all that research we did, none, I found out after 5 minutes of doing real research that they were flares. All right. Is he going to do that? No. Is he going to say, you know, the 38 seconds I put into doing a little research on this type of technology, I found out that it could be a drone. He'll never do that. Why? I'm proving it to you now. If this doesn't prove to you, seriously, I'm not even joking, that what this is disinformation. They want us to think that a drone is a UFO for some reason. Why? See, now we're supposed to say, but it doesn't make sense then. Corbell wants us to think it's a UFO, UAP, whatever. Yeah, I know. Why, though? So when the real technology comes out, it won't look anything like this. Right? It'll look exactly like it. That's why. That's the problem we're having. Drones put an end to true sky watching for me. Drones and flares and balloons. Those are the top three, my opinion. Then you have bugs, hoaxing, and planes. And then after that, it's a crapshoot. That's why I think this is disinformation. It's technology we may have already, or maybe China does have it. Whatever, it's out there. And maybe it is making these maneuvers that are unrealistic to what we have in our arsenal. That's a full-blown possibility. We have to acknowledge it. To do so would be irresponsible. But the reality is, it's most likely a drone. You got to go with that. You know, what do they call that? Occam's razor. The most logical explanation, the thing that makes the most sense, is most likely the truth. That's why they always say go with your instincts, because they're usually right. Because usually your instincts can figure out something very quickly. It computes it and says, looks like, acts like, looks like. Wait, looks like a duck, acts like a duck, is a duck. Anyway, you get the idea. All right, into thin air. I2TA is going over some of the natural events that are happening on our planet every day. And what we talk about yesterday, we talked about the earthquake and unrest in Texas and the tsunami, and holy crap, there's a ton of activity with our volcanoes all around the world. This is unbelievable what's happening. Especially the video that's coming out from Iceland. It's riveting. To me, this is equivalent to well, you know, you can't go there and do it, but the video is equivalent to what the Cousins brothers did a few years ago when Mauna Lea, the big volcano exploded, erupted, and they were walking on top of flowing lava underneath them. The ground was soft like a sponge. They could feel the heat through their sneakers. Are you kidding me? They could have... Those guys were nuts. Nuts. But that's how true journalism gets done, boys. All right, here we go. Into thin air, throwing it down like nobody's biz. In 3, 2. Bum, bum, bum.
All right, everybody, welcome back. It is November 13th, 2023, and we're going to be taking a look at the ongoing situation in Iceland, where experts are now saying the volcano could be just hours away from erupting. I want you to take a look at this video right here that was posted about 19 minutes ago, where you can see actual steam coming out of the streets that have been cracked and destroyed because of these earthquakes and the movement of magma underneath Grindavik. Take a look at this crack that has completely crossed this street right here. The feel of this town as you could see here in another tweet posted by Volcaholic, where we are beginning to see significant damage from these earthquakes and why these evacuations have been taking place. You could see this crack going all the way through the sidewalk.
That's
and
insanity.
a clear dip and trench in the land as it goes back into the picture. Here's another view of that picture, this retaining wall here separating from the dirt itself. Now this video here, from what I'm reading, is a real video coming from Grindavik, and just listen and take a look at what's going
out
on
of there.
in the streets all over this area.
What are you doing? Are you crazy?
We are seeing the deterioration of the ground underneath this town. So we haven't even had the volcano yet, and we are already seeing significant damage all over the place. One thing that's very interesting about this, and something we talked about in the video the day before yesterday, is that this entire town was evacuated because government officials are completely convinced that this thing is going to blow. Now, with all this damage and thousands of earthquakes, over 30,000 to be exact in the last 3 weeks, researchers and government officials can't help but relate this to a situation that took place back in 2010, where we had a massive eruption in southwest Iceland. And you can see that right here. Back in 2010, volcano E15, or however you pronounce this word right here, erupted, sending ash all over the North Atlantic. As you can see in this diagram, this ash went all the way down into parts of the northeast of the United States and Canada, but mostly affected air travel all over the North Atlantic into
That's
Ireland.
bullshit. Don't have your smoke over here.
Grounding air travel, and became one of the most disruptive volcanic eruptions when it comes to air travel that we've pretty much ever seen. Here's just one visual of this situation, the ash shooting thousands and thousands of feet up into the air. And that is what the big worry is, aside from the effects it'll have in southwest Iceland, but the effects it will have on air travel and that ash moving into different parts of the Atlantic Ocean region. Now, as you can see, here is a diagram of the air traffic going on today, November 13th, and you can see the jet stream moving across the US and across the Atlantic, and then they have London marked here, and then you see all the airplanes. Now, if we scroll down here, we could see exactly what might take place once this eruption actually happens. We have these swirls coming down here that'll affect many parts of Canada. This could swoop down into the northeast again, just like that 2010 eruption. And then, of course, it's going to swing out towards the United Kingdom, Norway, and many other surrounding areas. Now, take a look at this article posted today. Iceland volcano warning. Evacuated residents allowed home for 5 minutes, and the aviation alert has been raised. So, what's going on here could be seen as a good or a bad thing. Good because people are being allowed to go get some personal items that they may have left behind during the evacuation, but also bad because at any moment, this thing could take that town over. Here is another tweet that I found of a woman waiting in line to get her things and have that 5 minutes to go back to her residence. And under the Fair Use Act, I'm going to allow you to listen to some of this very quickly. Here we go.
Okay, so we are waiting. We are first in line now to go into Grindavik to get some more stuff. We're being escorted by rescue crews and all of that. We have to go in with their trucks. They haul us in. Only one person from each house can go in.
So I want to go ahead and focus on this video one more time. Take a look at the steam coming up from underneath the ground and this crack in the street. Now, again, the main fear here is what we spoke about in the video the day before yesterday. And I'm going to use some examples here by looking up volcanic fissures opening up. Now, what a fissure is basically what it sounds like. It's a crack in the ground that opens up during volcanic activity. And I'll show you one of the diagrams here. Now, this is a broad idea of what's going on. So underneath the town of Grindavik, all this magma is building up and rising to the ground. Now, this is outside the actual caldera or center of the volcano. These extend out and can form miles and miles away from the actual volcano itself. And what they do is they push through the ground and they cause these cracks, which then allow lava and an extreme amount of heat to come through. And again, that is what you're looking at here and what the major fears are underneath this town of 4,000 people. Just to recap a little bit, the town itself is about 6 miles away from where the volcano itself is, which is extremely close and well within the range of these fissures to open up directly underneath the town. It's already taking place just without the lava as of this moment. Things could change drastically very quickly. As more info comes in, I will definitely keep you all posted on the Instagram and X pages. Please go join those. It would be greatly appreciated. And that is what I got for you for now. If you guys hear any information or if any of you are from this area of Iceland, please leave info down below. Let me know what's going on there. And hopefully if something does happen in this area, there is minimal people that are going to be affected directly. That will be something I cover in upcoming videos. All right, my friends, I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.
Wow, that was powerful. And I'm glad I didn't show you the video of the fissures and stuff. I was going to do it when it happened the other day, and I forgot. But that video right there is very, very powerful. It shows you the magnitude of what the Earth can do to itself. I have a question. You know, because in my house growing up, you would literally be grounded if you touched the thermostat. Who runs? Does the Earth have a thermostat? Does it? There's no regulation, no regulator that says, oh, the Earth must stay at this temperature or nothing works. That's just not true. The Earth does what it does when it does it. Unless it's a conscious being, and we've talked about that before. The Earth doesn't like you because you're a jerk. You think it would just suck you up and take you down, but it doesn't do that. Jerks get to live too. So I don't think the Earth is really alive and keeping people safe from one another or animals or any predators or even itself. I think things just happen and the Earth adjusts accordingly. The reason there's an ice age, because there was an eruption that blacked out the sun with all the smoke and fog and all the other stuff that happened after the eruption. Many earthquakes over 100 years, 10,000 years later, we have, ice 5 miles thick on the poles, almost to the equator. Another 50, 100, maybe a million years later, something happens, a meteor comes in, or a comet, or something else, a couple of them, hits the Earth, melts the ice, tidal waves, you have the Younger Dryas, what we had here 12,800 years ago. So things adjust accordingly. There is no thermostat, as somebody was wondering. Moonlicht, $2.34. That's a 234 super chat. Brooker, I'm sorry, let me start that over. Brookers announced UFOs were the original kamikaze. No, I'm watching Oppenheimer and I didn't hear anything about that. So not sure if that's true history, but you know what? Maybe they are. Wait a second. Maybe they are. Nope, they're not. But that'd be great. That's what we talked about last year when we found out, when Greer said that they're using these the Tic Tac UFOs to move heroin, to move drugs. Why not move a bomb? All you got to do is put a nuke in the Tic Tac, boop, send it on its way, 40,000 miles an hour. Who's going to see it? In 3, 2, target destroyed. Death everywhere. 10 kilometers, everything scorched earth. Another 25 miles in all directions. Death by nuclear reaction. Moonlight, thank you very much for the thought-provoking $2.34 super chat. You are a continuing supporter of Goof On. What was in that super chat? What was in that? Was there trigger words? Am I triggered? Am I doing something I'm not supposed to do? Am I acting like a chicken? I feel different. Moonlight has that type of power. Stu Gerson would knock it out. Urgh! Moonlight, thank you very much. At Gush. See? Isn't he nice? That was nice. Nuremberg. True story. It's right behind me on the walls. This event happened in the year 1561. 40,000 people perished. Another 100,000 grew deformities. Their children grew deformities. And then their heads literally exploded. into a flower. And they named it Nuremberg. That's not true at all. That never happened. Did it? I don't know. I've got crazy eyes. It could have. I've got crazy eyes. You ever have that where your eyes can't shut? Me neither. Yeah. But Nuremberg really happened. This was a war among aliens, ET, and believe it or not, man. How's that possible, you say? Because the aliens gave man a little bit of technology. Oh, they did they? I don't know. I wasn't there. But I have a video that describes the Nuremberg incident. And I'm only going to play a minute because that's all you need. You'll see. And this comes from Ancient Last History Channel, RSR. Hold on. I'm pulling it up. I love this, the way this looks right here. See, this is how I imagined the past. Something like this, right? Cowboys and stuff. And they're seeing these objects. You know that movie, Aliens, and what was it? What was that movie with the forget it. Aliens and enemies, aliens and cowboys, something like that. Cowboys and aliens. Is this, if you look at this, who does this look like? Say it. That's right. David Grush. Who's this guy? Right here to the right. Who's that? Who does that look like? Gary Nolan. That's right. And who's here, right here, to the right of him? Who's this? Huh? That's right. It's George Knapp as a mummy. Very good. And who's this woman over here? To the left. Who is that? That's our dear Amy. Oh, Lordy! Jeremy! David Grush is doing it again! I've got this star child. How do you know my star name? Well, Amy, how do you know my real name? I know everything about everybody here in this western town. I'm David Grush. I come from the Pentagon. I'm from the future. The future? That's right. You see these things above my head? These UFOs, those are coins, see? But we're going to say they're UFOs, and we're going to scare everybody out of this town, and we're going to own everything. Oh, David, I'm very loyal to my friends. Shut up. Hey, look, here comes one now, as the man points behind him. Oh, my chin hurts. Why did you punch me in the throat? Shut up. Look, they're still coming. Why'd you hit me in the throat, David? Anyway, that's what I see when I see this picture. All right, here we go.
Literally out of this world. It's strange to think that something like this actually happened, but if eyewitnesses' reports are anything to go by, then we have a crazy scenario that took place, and the famous cigar-shaped UFOs played a prominent part as the event unfolded in clear view over a city filled with people.
Clearview, Florida?
Hear this. The first disposable newspapers in Germany never came out until the early 1600s. So the closest thing there was to journalism in 1561 came in the form of individual feedback and then publishing a single piece of broadsheet news on a community notice board of such. A guy named Hans Glaser was one of the reporters, and he was considered a very reliable source of news by the Nuremberg people. In his depiction of what happened.
Now remember, this is a depiction of what happened by this man, Hans Gruber. What was his name? It was Hans Gruber, wasn't it? No, something like that. I like the guy's outfit, though. See that? That's a skull shirt right there, man. That guy's styling. That is a skull and bones right there. Look at that t-shirt back in the 1516s or 1560s, whatever. Nice, right? Who would have thunk it back then? They had that technology.
one of the reporters, and he was considered a very reliable source of news by the Nuremberg people. In his depiction of what happened during this event, what we see here is perplexing to say the least. A sky full of strange objects that appear to be having a battle in the sky, and even depictions of crashed objects with smoke arising. In the description of what was taking place, here it reads when translated. In the morning of April 14th, 1561 at daybreak, between 4 and 5 a.m., a dreadful apparition occurred on the sun, and then this was seen in Nuremberg in the city, before the gates and in the country by many men and women. At first there appeared in the middle of the sun 2 blood-red semicircular arcs.
First of all, I have to translate as we go. So let me translate.
Let me tell you something, brother. Back in that morning at 1561, we saw a blood-red sun, brother, with 2 other dots in there, man. I'm telling you, if they weren't the British Bulldogs, I don't know what they were. God dang it. And then we saw these craft, triangular in shape. Kind of like, oh, I don't know, Macho Man's head or something. Let me tell you something. No, I'm kidding, I'm joking. But they saw this out there, and this guy's telling us what they really saw, and I'm depicting it WWE style. Is there something wrong with that? But I can't do it. My throat is still messed up.
Just like
lucky you.
Moon in its last quarter, and the sun above and below and on both sides, the color was blood. There stood a round ball of partly dull, partly black ferrous color. Likewise, there stood on both sides, and as a torus, above the sun, such blood-red ones and other...
So let's stop right here. What do you think he's seeing? What is really going on here? Is it UFOs? Orbs? Is that what's really going on, guys? See, I'm so familiar with this, I don't even like it. I hate talking about it because nobody knows. Everything is based on one guy's obzo, right? So whatever he says, oh, now we got to take it. And we know how people perceive things way differently from person to person. It's very rare. You'll have 2 people side by side say the same thing verbatim while looking at the same thing. It's weird. It's weird. There have been people who said things were on fire when another person would say, fire? No fire. How does that happen? Well, I saw smoke. I didn't see any smoke. Case closed. 2 crazy people. But here we go. This is a story that's over 420 years old, whatever.
Balls in large number, about 3 in a line and 4 in a square, also some alone. In between these globes, there were visible a few blood-red crosses, between which there were blood-red strips, becoming thicker to the rear, and in the front, malleable like the rods of reed grass, which were intermingled. Among them 2 big rods, one on the right, the other on the left, and within the small and big rods, there were 3, also 4 and more globes. These all started to fight among themselves, so that the globes which were first in the sun flew out to the ones standing on both sides. Thereafter, the globes standing outside the sun in the small and large rods flew into the sun. Besides, the globes flew back and forth among themselves and fought vehemently with each other for over an hour. And when the conflict in and again out of the sun was most intense, they became fatigued to such an extent that they all, as said above, fell from the sun down upon the earth as they all burned. And then they wasted away on the earth with immense smoke. After all this, there was something like a black spear, very long and thick, sighted. The shaft pointed to the east, the point pointed west.
The reason he called it a shaft, brothers and sisters,
because they didn't have anything else to call it. It's like, what is it? These balls coming out of the sky, bursting into flames, and then look at this. Scattered about. You know, it is what I call a false flag alien invasion. It's got to be. It's the false flag alien invasion. No, it's not. I got to tell you, I don't know what this guy's seeing. Maybe, just maybe, this isn't UFOs. Maybe this is a comet. Yeah. An asteroid, a couple. But this happened in April, I think. I don't know. It happened when it was warm out. Look at the guys down here looking up. They're pointing up, right? What's the one thing you don't see? Birds. No birds. And no animals on the ground. Why? Because they ran for cover. And that means this is really happening in the sky. Why? I just told you why. Oh. All right.
Whatever such signs mean, God alone knows, although we have seen shortly, one after another, many kinds of signs on the heavens, which are sent to us by Almighty God. To bring us to repentance. We still are, unfortunately, so ungrateful that we despise such high signs and miracles of God. Or we speak of them with ridicule and discard them to the wind, in order that God may send us a frightening punishment on account of our ungratefulness. After all, the God-fearing will by no means discard these signs.
So we got the religious people saying, hey, God's angry. Very angry. I want to see what you guys are saying in the chit-chat room for once. I don't give a look here that much. Derek Kennedy, how you doing, Chief? Good to see you, man. Raging Against Machine, War of the Balloons. Thank you. Why, oh, why, fools? When I said it was in April, I think he had it. April 1st. Absolutely. It's April Why, oh, why, Fool's Day. See what I did there? I incorporated your name. Well, this name. Let's see. They were on drugs. That's true. Black Triangle. Sounds very Latina. It does. Oh, wait, what? They were off their noogs. Thicker to the rear and large rods. That's what the guy said. The narrator said that. That's nothing. That's a good comment. And now I understand why men are so obsessed with this topic. Yes, Moonlicht, I do. I know, Andrew. I know. That's why I didn't even want to talk about it tonight, but it was requested, so I'm doing it. I still love it. And I still hate it. And welcome to ufology, right? Look, I don't know what this is. I don't know what's going on. You're right. Nobody does. One person is telling us what happened here. All the other people, I don't know if they made, they didn't call them headlines back. I don't know if they made the statue. I don't know if they made the graving headlines on the engraving headlines. I don't know. We've got engraving news today. Today, there was a balloon. Hold on. That's an error. It's not a balloon. A buffoon. No, wrong. Really? You want me to say that? Baboon? There were baboons flying around? There were baboons flying around. Ching, 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 ching. And then when the weather came in, they started beating on drums. Oh, a big thunderstorm coming in. Oh no, that's a thunder and lightning coming in from the west. People are running for their lives. And so are the animals. I'm losing it. This is what I do with my free time. It's all in my head. Nuremberg, back to the show.
But will take it to heart as a warning of their merciful Father.
I'm embarrassed.
Will mend their lives and faithfully beg God that he may avert his wrath, including the well-deserved punishment on us, so that we may temporarily here and perpetually there live as his children. For it, may God grant us help. Amen. By Hans Glaser, letter painter of Nuremberg.
That was a fantastic story by Hans Gruber from 1561. I'm Dan Rather, and I'm smelling my own farts.
That's how he sounds when he reads.
Good morning. Today in the news, 2 men were seen arguing outside a liquor store when one of them fired a handgun, shooting the man's eye out.
What this appears to be, guys, is the most documented and best recorded incident of unidentified flying objects in history. Hundreds of years ago, the little knowledge we had about stars and planets was more connected with astrology than with science. This was a period in history that was so suppressed under the Holy Roman Empire that people couldn't make any of the connections that we make today, and indeed thousands of years ago.
See?
Our understanding in this time period was not as expanded as it is today.
Not even close.
This event was seen as a message from God rather than an intelligent life form operating vehicles in the skies of Europe. Perhaps these flying machines
operating vehicles in the skies. Hey, everybody. Didn't he sound like that? He's like, hey, in the skies. Listen.
Thousands of years ago. Our understanding in this time period was not as expanded as it is today. This event was seen as a message from God rather than an intelligent life form operating vehicles in the skies of Europe. Perhaps these flying machines were even Vimana, and somewhere on this planet today, there are remnants of these objects still.
It's not Vimana, it's Vimana, right? It's not Vimana because it's Italian. Hey, yo, Vimana, over here. Hey, who you calling a Vimana? Hey, your mother Vimana. Say what? Say what? What do you...
These flying machines were even Vimana, and some...
Hey, right, isn't it Vimana? Hold on, I'm going to settle this debate once and for all. Once and for all. What do you guys think? Vimana or Vimana? Come on. How do you spell the friggin' thing? Vimana? How do you spell that prick? Vihman, ha? Vimanha? Oh, I had it. Here it is. Oh, that's the musical group. Same spelling. Same spelling. War of the Gods. Vimana. Vimana meaning. Here we go. Pronunciation. Oh. Yeah. Do you know what it means? Vimana? Vimana? It's not Vimana. It's Vimana. Sanskrit, Vimana is how they used to say it, literally measuring out, traversing. From Vimati, he measures. From Vi, apart, plus Meti, he measures. Is this not that easy? I mean, this should be common knowledge. Do you know what do you want to know what you're witnessing? You're witnessing my voice changing from a younger 40-ish to now the old 60-year-old guy I'm going to be. You're hearing it for the first time, my voice actually changing because of what happened to me and being sick. I'm now losing my real voice. All right. I am. It sucks. I can't do certain voices anymore. You know, I can't do a lot of my impressions. It sucks. It does. It sucks. I don't even care. Vimana. It's Vimana. It's not Vimana. All right? You want to say it right. You don't want to sound like that guy in the movie.
Somewhere on this planet today, there are remnants of these objects still to be found. The Nuremberg event is exceptional in the fact that no one can dismiss this as something born out of someone's imagination, because the people of this time period documented what they saw with an unbiased mind. They had never seen anything like it before, and they have inadvertently documented an extraterrestrial event. There is no doubt about it. They couldn't make sense of what took place and simply suggested it must be a message from God.
The guy just said they documented it as aliens from somewhere else, and then they just said they couldn't make up their minds as to what they were seeing. They made it up because they filled in the blank. So how can you say that they're aliens without any evidence? We don't know what it is. It could have been a weather event. Who knows? He could have been high as a mofo and didn't tell anybody. I'm not kidding. And I mean that in a real sense of the term. The guy could have been hallucinating off some shrooms. Like me tonight. God, I wish. I still haven't done that yet. Still haven't tried it. This guy wants people to think UFOs are time travelers from the future. This is posted by Jeremy Reese, X-File physics researcher, alien scientist. You know who he is. To convince people of this, he tells some weird stories in an old diner. Stories which there are no evidence for. Just like his claims of time travelers. But people love this bullshit. They hate. People don't like the real stories. People don't like the truth. People love this bullshit and hate the real science. Jeremy Reese talking about Michael Masters. He blocked him. Michael Masters blocked Jeremy. Probably because he couldn't handle the ribbing, truth-telling that Jeremy was pouring down this guy's gullet. Gullet? I want to say mullet, but I think this guy had a mullet. Dr. Michael Masters? Oh, by the way, Dr. Michael P. Masters. Why do these guys have the letter P? They all do. Gary P. Nolan, right? Nick Pope. I mean, come on. Richard P. Dolan. What's that? Oh, it's not. I'm sorry. What is it? Why? Oh, Dick Nolan. Got it. Yeah, no, Richard, you're right. You got that right. All right. Hey, Kermit the Frog here. Oh, check this out. Here's a sketch by Olaf Rockner. Everybody knows Olaf, right? You know Olaf? Olaf's a good guy. I don't care what anybody says. Look at this. Isn't that nice? He drew it. Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, yeah, he made up, the lines in there because, there are none, but, there's another 2 versions. Very good. I like that people do this. This guy's a good drawer. Good artist. I cannot even do a little. I don't even know how to do this. This is great. I love it. Quick sketch at Weaponized. I don't know if I like it that much. It's pretty good. It's pretty cool. Oh, you're right. It is that time. Oh, no. All right, here we go. So Nathan, did I already say it? Did PayPal for 1111. And I have to say thank you to that birthday guy. Nathan says, got a ufology fever, and the only medicine is more Corbell. Gosh! All over the coaxial drones. I got a ufology fever, and the only medicine is more Corbell. I'm getting it. Wow! Stop the presses. I never knew. Could have been that way. I don't know if it's cold outside, or maybe I'm just chilly inside. It could be a conundrum. I see, now I lost it. Damn it. I went that far. I went just too far. I blew it. You blew it. All right. Hey, you know what we haven't done in a long time? We haven't gone to Mars. Would you like to go to Mars? I want to go to Mars. I'm done with Nuremberg. The reason I want to go to Mars, because I saw some really good video from John Ward from his channel, John Ward. He's a guest on here. Should have him back on real soon. I can't wait to show this to you. Oh, wow. I can't wait to show this to you, though. Wow. Hold on. I want the... Yeah, here it is. Who sent this to me? Helen? One of you kind people. Somebody sent this to me. Hold on. I am... Oh, wow. Oh, here it is. Okay, no, my bad. I found the video she sent. I don't know who it was. Could have been Jeanette. I don't know. But this looks like a discovery on Mars. And it looks like, believe it or not, Stonehenge. When you see this, you're going to be like, all right, you know what? I believe with the evidence I'm seeing from John Ward here, it is possible there was life on Mars. This is phenomenal. Ready? 5. Thank you, John Ward, for allowing Goof On to play these. 1, go.
Possibly a fossil. And then this, it looks very similar to a Stonehenge type of design. That there's about 18 meters across, consisting of multiple individual parts arranged in a circular pattern. As I say, folks, it looks so much like a Stonehenge. And then we zoom in on the object to the left. This is about 2.5 meters across. It's another one of these strange dome-shaped objects. And there the 3 are for comparison. So let's zoom down to Ionia Terra. Porter is located to the top left of this region called Ionia Terra. As I say, the photograph hadn't been loaded to Google Earth Mars yet. There's a look at those anomalies just briefly again. Many of these could be natural, but until we get boots on the ground to go check these things out, some of these could be artificial in nature. I'm sure you'll agree with me, folks. And then here to the west, in Raga, we've got that strange multiple layered sort of structure with, looks like an opening on it as well. I've done a 3D render of that. It's also in my game, and I've indicated that as an open doorway with the door over here to the left. It's got like a platform, then a roof at a strange angle. And then let's do this.
So weird, huh? Hold on, I want to go back.
Southeast. that there's
This is
about
amazing, though.
18
Watch.
meters across.
Tell me that's not designed.
Consisting of
Somebody
multiple-
put these here. They're pretty much looked like they were. They're not. I'm not saying they are now equidistant. It looks like this rock here may have been on top of this and may have rolled off of it and landed over there. Who the hell knows? But that's kind of cool. It's almost like a complete circle. It's missing a few right here.
individual parts arranged in a circular pattern. As I say, folks, it looks so much like a Stonehenge.
Hear the thunder?
And then we zoom in on the object to the left.
What?
This is about
2.5
meters across. It's another one of these strange
6-7 feet
objects. And
wow,
there
look
the
at this.
three are for comparison.
Look at, whoa, of course I get it, right when he's changing it. 3 different locations on Mars, very similar, almost identical in size, shape. You have to say, the scientists tell us that there hasn't been water on Mars for 3 billion years. I also heard somebody say 1 billion years. Either way, it's a long time without water. I don't know, man. I think they're lying to us. I think they've been without water for, I'm going to say 1 million years, maybe 2. You know the scar on Mars? The scar? Yeah, me too.
So let's zoom down to
There it is.
Ionia Terra. Port.
I just wanted to show you that one part. Whoa, what is this? This is a clump of crap. What the hell's going on here? Jeez. That's weird. I just got to listen. I want to hear. Come on.
Strange shape to that part over there to the right.
Oh, look, it looks like yin and
It's
yang.
almost like a yin yang. Like a yin yang sign.
Thank you,
Check
Jean.
that out, folks. On these
Wow.
weird blocks.
Wow, look
Just
at that.
Tightly arranged next to one another.
So many of these. Look at them all. Look at them all
And
scattered.
Huge block.
Looks
over
like a
there.
fish tank. Looks like the bottom of a
It's
fish
about
tank.
18 meters across.
Look at that.
Check out the smaller part on the top next to what looks like.
You know, how much, you know, this is fun. Isn't it fun? It's just fun. Thank you, Jean Ward. I'll put the link to that video in the show Descript when we're done. Andrew Gaffonian Rockstar Superstar. $2 says, Morgue Official. I promise you will love him. All right. I don't know. Morgue Official. You know, you could have saved the $2 and just emailed it. But I appreciate the $2. Thank you for supporting. What do we do here? Truthology for ufology. Truthology for ufology. For you. For me. Thanks, Andrew Gaffonian Superstar. Mucho gusto, generoso, sir. You know what? Hold on a second. Yeah. All right. Hold on. No. Okay, I got to show this. Apparently a portal. You ready? Oh, you're going to love the portal, people. Love me a portal video. Oh, you're going to love this. I want you to think of China. I want you to think of 2005? Was it? 2012. Airports closing down. Do you remember those days? Hold on. All right. So people are reposting this video. This is from when China had to shut down the airports for 3 hours or 5 hours one night. And I believe it was in 05. That was crazy what happened. Just crazy. But here's part of the video. This comes from World War III on X. No sound. Of course. Is there? A little, I guess, but nothing really. See, I called this bullshit, the whole thing. I don't think any of it's real. Any of that. But why did they shut the airports down in China? There were people with video after video. There were tons of videos from all different angles of this and other stuff. Most of it's been hidden. You know, just a few things are still out there. But I still don't buy it. I still don't buy it. Even though it looks good. Something tells me it's not. But I tell you, everything's consistent. And it seems to match up. The shake, the disappearing act, the lights, it all looks pretty darn good for that, even for that time. This isn't new, is it? This isn't the new one. There's no new one, is there? Because I don't remember this. Yeah, I don't remember this part. Could be light fixtures in the dark. Exactly. All that stuff. But I don't know. I don't know. Sixth Sense says it's better than anything Doorbell and Knap are giving us. That's for sure. And that's for sure. True. I don't know, guys. It's very difficult stuff. I don't like that video. I was trying to see if anybody said any. China or possibly France. They both had the same type of UFO. So people think this is real. Like brand new, just came out, I mean. Here's another one. Amazing new report. How come this isn't on the news? Because it came out a decade ago. Some guy says, why don't people care? All this is happening. It's mind-blowing. You know why? You know why people don't care? They don't trust us. And when I mean us, I mean anybody. Nobody trusts anybody in this field. And rightly so. Because if you had a video, oh no, forget the hypothetical. Let's just go to today's news. The drone, the orb object that Corbell and Napster are talking about. The thing that looks like Kermit the Frog. We know it's a drone. The proof's in the picture. But they're trying to tell us, no, that's not that. It looks like a duck. Now, we don't know if it acts like a duck or whatever the duck, but it looks like it for sure. Lock, stock, and barrel. It's a drone, man-made. And yet, they're still trying to tell us, no, the 29 palms. For sure, it was just flares. But because a few people on the ground don't understand how lights work in the night sky, bright against darkness, and what it does with your eyes, and how you could be seeing something that isn't really there, thought there was one object there instead of 9. But Corbell went with what they all said because they were there, I wasn't. Idiot. Idiot. Flat earthers. They still think the earth is flat. Go to the edge. Just go. How come there's no pictures of the edge? Not even a fake picture of the edge. Why? Nobody's ever made it? Out of the whole planet. Nobody's ever gone to the edge and looked over. You can't, you idiot. There's miles of ice, you stupid. Oh, I sounded like Hecklefish. Yeah, maybe it's me, Hecklefish. Holy shit. Hurts. Maybe if I did it at the beginning of the show. That's Saul Rosenberg as Hecklefish. Thank you very much. Anyway, Typical. A lot of people doing a lot of talking, not a lot of showing. And I'm really upset that Corbell and Knap, again, putting themselves in the limelight for a drone and calling it a UFO. Sorry, a UAP. Forgive me. I don't know. What's today? Tuesday? Feels like Monday. Feels like yesterday. So Nuremberg, I'm going to close it out. Nuremberg. Could it have been a UFO war 400 plus years ago? Could it have been? What is that? 1561, 1661, 1761, 1861, 1961, 71, 81, 91, 2001, 62 years, 462 years. Right? It's a long time. It's a long time. I was going to say something about that. I forgot. Hold on. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Because I get yelled at. I get yelled at like you wouldn't believe. Hey, hold on. Where is it? Okay. Wow. All right, hold on, folks. This is so bizarre. Oh, okay. What's this? Moonlicht? I need to have him on my show. Morgue official. Okay. I'll look into it. Mucho gusto generoso with the $2. I appreciate it. Again, Andrew, continuing supporter of Goof On. Thank you. I'll look into it. I think you said that, right? No? Oh, you said I'll love him. Thank you. Moonlicht with $3.33 says outstanding rants, Rich. I didn't mean it. Just came out that way. But you're welcome. Thank you. No, thank you for listening. You know, anybody, thank you for listening to what may be going on in real life in my mind. Thank you, Moonlicht. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, everybody, for supporting the show. I appreciate that. And we'll be back tomorrow. Hey, tomorrow's show, I don't even know if I'm going to be doing it. Maybe it'll change. The show is subject to change. Tomorrow we have the James Webb Space Telescope, some images, some scary things that, mind-blowing things. You'll see. And what are the implications? What if they hide any? Are they hiding stuff? They gotta be. You know they're hiding, not aliens. I'm just saying. At James Webb, can you imagine zooming in? And then all of a sudden, you zoom into, well, Jesus, it looks like a ship. If they ever did zoom into something and see a ship, just like they're looking for galaxies and they found one 500 million years after the Big Bang or whatever, that would mean that object would have to be as large as a universe. So don't think the James Webb Space Telescope is going to be able to focus in on any alien craft. Same thing with Avi Loeb and his imaginary, what does he call it now? What is it called? Whatever. Impossible. It's never going to happen. We'll be back tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern. Don't forget, in the morning, it's Coffee and UFOs with our star child, Amy, at Alien Girl 111. Tomorrow morning at 7 a.m., we do 7 p.m. It's bell to bell UFOs. Bell to bell, not art to bell. Art to bell, eh? Oh, that's truthology for ufology. Didn't we do this already? For you. Yeah, I thought we did that already. All right, be good, everybody. Have a great, wonderful week. Tomorrow's hump day. Do it, live it, own it. Alien bless.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. God have mercy on your soul.
Control life. Warning. Warning. Failure. Control life. Warning.
Unidentified flying objects.